To begin doing the animation, we start with a new standard IPN. Make sure that you're working under the Minitrain project folder. Okay, so we need to create the view, and that's of course going to be the assembly that we had just created. So click on Open an Existing File. You should be able to find the train assembly that we had done earlier. Click on Open. Okay. And we want to do this manually, so what we're going to do is we're going to separate all these parts so none of them are overlapping, so we can do our exploded view. Alright, the first thing that we have to do is we need to go to Tweak Components. When you choose Tweak Components, you get this dialog box that is asking for three things: direction, components, and trail origin. The first one basically just means that we need to put an axis somewhere in here, or anywhere really, so that we can go ahead and have some place to drag our components away. Components are the parts that you want to select to move out. In this case, I'm going to select the wheel, the axle peg, the linkage arm, and the linkage pegs. So I'm going to select all of those components, and then as soon as I'm done, I'm going to click on the handlebar on the X so that I can drag those out. Okay, so I'm selecting all of those at once, and I'm going to go ahead and deselect by holding down the Control key. I'm going to deselect the wheels, and again I'm going to click on the handle on the X, and I can drag those out. Next, I'm going to deselect the axle pegs, and again move them out just so they're not overlapping. And the last part that we're going to deselect is the linkage arm. Okay, and so the pegs are separating from the linkage arm. Now we have all of this side separated just the way I want it. Okay, I'm going to click on Clear. And again, now I'm going to select the direction, and this time I'm going to do the other side. So the component is going to be the wheel, axle peg, wheel, axle peg, linkage arm, and the linkage pegs. Okay, let me look at this from the other side. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and start dragging our components out. Okay, just as long as they're not overlapping. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here because I'm going to move the smokestack a little bit up in a little while. Okay, Control, deselect the wheels, drag out. Okay, good. Control, deselect the axle pegs, drag it out. Okay. Control, deselect the linkage arms, drag out. Okay, now it looks nice and neat. All of the parts are separated. Press Clear. Again, I'm going to click on the smokestack, drag it out, Clear. I'm going to drag out the cow catcher, click on the direction, click on the component, then drag out. Clear. Click on the direction. I'm going to do the last part, which is the hitch peg and the hitch magnet, and drag out. There they are. I'm going to deselect the hitch magnet and drag out. Clear. Okay, let's close this. Let's go ahead and put this in home view. Okay, so once all your parts are separated, just go ahead and save this, and we'll go ahead and save this presentation as an assembly animation. or any other name you want to save it as. Click on save, and just in case you get this little window, this is if you made any changes to any parts, do you want to update them in the old file. Just click on yes to all and then click on OK. As soon as you're done with that, you're done.